We have reached round two of the high school football playoffs. One team who has earned the right to move on, the Sherando Warriors, last week defeating James Wood in the first round of the Region 4D playoffs. 48-7. And this week, the Warriors take on Jefferson Forest, another home playoff game. As always, joining me, the head coach of the Sherando Warriors, TJ Rohrbaugh. And coach, just got to ask, it seemed like a lot went right for your team, doing what you do best and sticking to your game plan. How well did your game plan work in the second meeting against James Wood this time around?
Everything went well. We started fast, which is always a plus. We were able to get points on the board early. We were able to establish control on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and whenever you're able to do that, that helps you out offensively, defensively. So I was proud of the way our guys came out and executed our game plan, and they played hard, they played well, and I was proud of them.
Yeah, and the second time around, I know we spoke about this before, coach, but looking at the same team again, did you see any hiccups with facing the same opponent again in terms of they might know something that you're trying to do in that regard, or was it just taking care of business per usual?
A lot of it just comes down to, taking care of business, like you said. We had some wrinkles offensively, defensively. They had some wrinkles offensively, defensively. And, we were able to adapt and adjust to what they were trying to do based on what they saw last time. They did the same thing. But like I said, when we were able to establish the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, that really helped us be able to execute our game plan and to roll along on Friday night.
Yeah, and knowing you and your team, as we've had conversations week in and week out, coach, you're preparing for Jefferson Forest the same way you do any opponent, sticking to your game plan. I know that has not changed, but just looking at what this Jefferson Forest team brings, sort of an unfamiliar opponent in a sense, when you take a look and figure out who you're matched up with in the second round. How do you go about preparing for a team like Jefferson Forest, who you haven't really seen much of in terms of them playing this season in a sense?
Well, like you said, you hit the nail on the head. We're going to prepare the same way every week. We watched a lot of film of Jefferson Forest, kind of got a gauge on what they like to do offensively, defensively, and how they do their special teams. And, we're going to go out, we're going to practice the same way every week, and we're going to prepare for our opponent. And that's what we're doing this week. Jefferson Forest is a great football team, very disciplined. They're solid across the board. There's not any holes in them offensively, defensively, or special teams. So it's going to be a tough challenge for us on Friday night.
Absolutely. And again, another home playoff game with your home fans. It's a great place to play at Arrowhead Stadium. What does that mean to get the opportunity to play not one, but two home playoff games this late into the season?
Well, it's awesome. It's a testament to our kids and how hard they work this season, and they've earned the right to have at least two home playoff games. And I'll tell you, it's a lot better being at home than being on the road, especially with how spread out our region is. Travel times are, 3 hours to get to the opposing school. Jefferson Forest is going to have to make a long trip. So we'd much rather be at home than to have to deal with everything that goes with traveling that far of a distance. But, yeah, we feel good. We're happy to get another opportunity to play in front of our fans. Our community does a great job of coming out and supporting us. So we're looking forward to it.
It is round two of the high school football playoffs. The Sherando Warriors hosting Jefferson Forest this Friday night. As always, pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Sherando Warriors, TJ Rohrbaugh. Coach, as always, thank you so much for your time.
All right, thank you, Josh. I appreciate it.